Yes, so welcome to my review of the CCA CXS, these funky looking things here. And yet, usual, this is a single DD, the legendary 10mm as it states there. So yeah, as usual, full disclaimers, I'd like to thank KZ and CCA themselves for sending it to me, so thank you very much. I was not paid to do this video, and all thoughts and opinions are my own. And yeah, let's just get straight into it. So the normal packaging, 10mm DD, which is kind of the standard size, luxury metallic design. They are built very well, which you'll see in a bit. Open back design, I don't know about that, but that actually is see-through, which you'll see in a bit. New legendary 10mm DD, we'll see about that. So spec 16 ohm, sensitivity 109, frequency 20 to 40,000 hertz, and the other stuff's normal. So I've been using these, so that's why it's empty, but remember, bringing an extraordinary audio experience beyond imagination for everyone is our goal of unremitting efforts. I think they've used that quote before, and this is what they look like. Very nice build quality. You'd think these would normally cost more if there's made by someone else, but all metal. As you can see, it's completely see-through. So that means the driver is only in that part. So quick kind of size comparison. Here is the CCA CXS, which has got, I think, 7 drivers per side. So yeah, it's good to see that. But build quality is very good. Lip on the nozzle, yeah, the build quality is much better than you expect, and it comes with obviously the generic kind of star lines. But yeah, that's what it looks like. And mine had a lot of residue around the around there. I think from when it was in the kind of, you know, in here when it was molded. Obviously usual stuff there. Normal tips there, small and large. Paperwork in there. So let's see what the cable looks different, because normally they're silver. Okay, so the cable's a bit different. Does look familiar though. Right angle connector. I think they've used this before because it does look familiar. So anyway, I've been using these. And yeah, so I'll just see you in the future. I say all this stuff is standard CCA. Yeah, see you in the next clip. Yeah, so finally welcome to my review section of the CCA CXS. Very bold design, as you can see. Now you've got focus. Like I've said a few times, very nice build, which I didn't expect. Obviously that's just styling. So yeah, let's get on to comfort. So comfort on these is I'd say like 6 out of 10, 7 out of 10 at a push. It's not the most comfortable, but it was okay. Same for the fit. Obviously there's nothing really securing it in. There's no like fin, you know, which is there. But yeah, but it's okay. So obviously that's important. Obviously I prefer to talk about comfort and fit first, then sound second, because there's no point it sounding amazing if the fit is garbage. So yeah, so let's talk about pound sensitivity. I had no issues powering these at all. As you can see, that no issue. Normal DD. It's got a legendary DD, but I'll talk about that in a bit. And the reflection throws the camera out. So no problems and stuff like that. So technical performance, I found it actually to be pretty good, to be honest. This legendary DD, whatever it is, obviously I'll link all the info in the description. It seems to be a very competent DD. So yeah, it does what it's supposed to do. And it goes for the tonality. The tonality is pretty good as well. It is tuned a lot like what they normally do, but obviously I'll talk about that in the future, well in the next section. But yeah, so sound, I guess. Actually, before sound stage and imaging, I found it has enough air. I don't think it has enough stages. Some of the other models, I think the CRAs and the CI Plus and EDX Ultra, those ones have got more extension, more air, but this still has more than enough. So I'm quite happy with it. So yeah, sound, that's why we're here. So I'll allow the graph now. And anybody's looked at a few of these graphs, it does look like kind of the same as the other ones, and in reality it is. But anyway, bass, it is very bassy, as you can tell. I found that the actual decay and the texture of it was actually pretty good. Most of my testing is done with electronic music, but I have tried it with a few different genres, some pop, hip hop, rap, classical, symphonic metal, and some others, and it seems to be fine for that. So yeah, I like it. I do like a bit of bass, and as long as not too much, but yeah, not much to say really. You can see that the sub bass rolls off a touch, but these are still bassy boys, and there's still enough sub bass, so it's all good. So mid range, these are a bit scooped like most KZs, kind of V shape really. A bit of a bleed towards the bottom of the mids, which makes things sound thick. I prefer that. I prefer something like that compared to, I know, a different price range, but the Moondrop variations, if you know that one, where the lower mids are recessed a bit. I prefer this over something like that, for example. Obviously those are tuned very different, but just a quick example. But yeah, mid-range is alright. Obviously it's the upper mid-range is forward, so vocals are clear and forward, which I kind of expect. I was okay with it. It's a bit recessed in the middle, as you can see, but it's fine for what these are. I think these are under $20, which is not what I expected, considering when I looked at what they are. I was expecting probably double. Yeah, mid-range is pretty good. So treble, which looks the same as a few of the other models. I think the Lyra graphs similar. Well, very similar, not the same, but very similar. So obviously the lower treble presence region is forward. Now these do have a little bit of sibilance, a little bit. So make sure you check the quality of your recordings as well. But apart from that, they are very clear. There's good separation, there's good stage, obviously I said before, and good air in air quotes. But yeah, treble is fine. It's just a bit forward. I'd prefer these a bit more balanced. I think there's too much treble and too much bass. I'd prefer a slightly flatter signature to be a bit different instead of kind of side grades. So a lot of KZ and CCA stuff are side grades from each other. This kind of follows the same kind of pattern. It's not ultimately bad, because a lot of the consumers do prefer V's, but yeah, it's okay. I just wish the treble was a bit smoother, but it is very clear and everything's, you know, separation is pretty good. This DD they've used seems quite competent, and obviously it's very affordable, as you've seen from the kind of price. But yeah, not too bad really. I'd prefer something different, because I've done this a few times. So yeah, won't go too long. So conclusion, do I kind of recommend these? Yeah, because they are on the affordable side. I think they're under $20, which is more than good enough. But you have to expect it's the same kind of sound that KZ and CCA normally make. Like I said, I'd prefer a different sound signature, because I've done this a lot. Like this is probably similar to the ESX and the Lyra. You know, their recent models, they do kind of all graph the same. They do use slightly different DDs, but they are tuned very similar. It's not a bad set. It's a normal kind of set you kind of expect. Now, it depends if that's for you, but like I said, I prefer a little bit less bass, if I get my words out. And like where the treble is, like you just saw on the graph, like the 2K, I prefer it to be slightly smaller elevation. Like I like the CRA's lower treble, upper mid-range, because it's a bit more conservative than this. But yeah, these are not a bad set. It's just more of the same really. It's kind of a side grade set, and I think that's pretty much it. But on the whole, it does perform well. DD's good, the timbre's good, the technical performance is good. There's enough stage to it. The build quality is good, and everything else is the same really. So yeah, if you know anything particular, let me know in the comments. And yeah, thanks for watching. Take care.